Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Athletes Are Human First podcast. I have two special guests with me. I'm going to go ahead and let them both introduce themselves.
Hi guys, I'm Brooke Denler. I'm a rising senior at Redwood High School this year.
And I'm Jocelyn Gigounas. I went to Marine Catholic and now I'm a freshman at Indiana University.
Awesome. Thank you. And so let's start with kind of like your high school careers for both of you. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, so definitely I feel like a big jump. I feel like um playing for a high school coach like throughout AAU kind of makes the team a lot closer. So we didn't start that until our sophomore year. Just having our head coach coach us and having the assistant coach coach us. Doing that creates like big team chemistry, and I think that kind of led to a successful season. We won the MCAL championship last year. We're looking to do that again this year, and we won the NCS championship 2 years ago. So just kind of looking to keep elevating, keep improving is kind of our goal for this year.
For me, I feel like I don't know, I like obviously basketball was a big part of like my high school experience. I was on JV freshman year and like that's when I got to like meet some of my like best friends to this day and like definitely get like a good foundation. Like that's something I'm so grateful for, like getting like to actually be able to play freshman year and like like definitely like you learn so much like not just from being on varsity. And then for the other 3 years I was on varsity, obviously like playing at MC and playing with at NBBA with like Brooke and like a bunch of other girls that are like our best friends. So I would say like I don't know, it was such a positive experience, like high school basketball. I definitely miss it.
Yeah, and talk about kind of like, you guys played AAU together. Talk about that NBBA experience when I got to see you guys play a lot over the summer 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I feel like you caught us a lot on the West Coast. So Roseville, OGP, kind of all those big time
The
places.
grounds, yep.
We were all kind of from the same area, so not necessarily the whole Bay Area, but more kind of the like Larkspur, the like San Francisco, Napa, that area, which was kind of smaller places for basketball at that time. So the fact that we all came together and had a pretty successful season, we ended up going to Ohio and Pennsylvania, which was super fun. And yeah, I just think that it was great. Jocelyn?
I mean, I thought it was like obviously it's hard, like it's such a huge commitment, but it's definitely like it never felt like a chore, like showing up with like those girls and like we loved like our coach KK had on the podcast and like even we had like Tony Butler was our coach for one of the years. Like it's just like it was so much fun. Like you saw us, like we would have so much fun and we'd like love like coming up to you and like getting pictures and like going and like it wasn't just about basketball, it was also about like just genuinely like enjoying being with like the team and stuff and like these people that you're kind of like in the same like boat with, you know?
Yeah, I think it was. I had a lot of fun watching your team, but also like off the court too. I saw you girls have a lot of fun, whether that was just hanging out together, whether that was supporting some of the other NBBA teams.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think that's what the AAU experience should be about, right? Like you should be having fun playing basketball. Obviously, yes, you want to be successful on the court, but also off the court too. Talk about like how much fun you girls had playing with NBBA.
It was
So much fun.
probably, yeah, it was probably the best experience. I mean, personally, I played two different travel teams, and both are obviously so fun. But MBBA, just playing with that close knit group was just a whole different experience for me, and it was so fun. Just the
Hmm.
fact that our coach had us do so much close knit stuff, kind of like forced us, but also was good for us to be so close. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it literally, I don't know, it felt like we would go to like we went to Indiana and Ohio and we would go to like Pennsylvania and stuff and it feels like kind of like you're literally on vacation. Like it was like just like hanging out with your friends. And then like I think that also translated a lot in like how we played like actual basketball, like when we actually would have games and stuff, because like you're not like feeling like so competitive against these girls. It's more like you're actually like on a team and want to win for each other and not like against each other, especially. And I feel like AU, because like a lot of the girls are looking for college offers and like kind of out for themselves. Like that can be a big tricky thing, like how much teamwork is involved. And I think we always did a really good job of like playing for each other and not for individual.
Yeah.
Were you all friends before? I mean, did you guys all say like, "Hey, let's all go play together," or how did that come about? Did you guys know each other? Do you know some of them, or is it all just happened to randomly get put together?
Well, Sienna went to MC too, Sienna Fraser. And so I was friends with her and I've known Maya, like that Maya Sable,
Mhm.
the other girl. I've known her like since probably like six. We like grew up playing basketball together in
Okay.
Marin. And Brooke was not my friend. We didn't know each other at all until, until the season started. So like it really was like that's how we became friends. And we're like best friends now. Like it definitely made us very close.
What are some of the things that Coach KK made you guys do that you think help build that bond that you guys still have till this day?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most of it was out of basketball wise because we are together so much out of basketball. I think that's really where a lot of the connections are made, like what Jocelyn said. Even just the simple things like we all were from the same area, so carpooling together was a huge thing. Getting lunch as a team was such a big thing. We had a group chat without KK, so we could kind of be close without her, you know. But I just think those little things that KK had us do, she kind of just let us do it on our own, which is a huge thing that she did because she was a first year coach for us. She could have easily kind of been the center of everything, but she kind of like watched us from afar and let us all become close, which was super great.
hmm And we would go to like we had we would go to like Top Golf or like we would go like all out to dinner. Like I think that was a big part. I think that's a big part of NBBA. Like all the programs kind of like definitely like prioritize bonding outside of just basketball because it can be so much more stressful when you're like in a competitive sport like that. So I think that was just like it made it so much more fun, like being able to like go do stuff that didn't. We went shopping. Oh my God. When we would be in Roseville, we would like go to that Galleria like every
Yeah.
single time. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, a lot of outside of basketball stuff, right? I mean, I think that's so
hmm
important. I mean, I see a lot of AU teams. I always wonder, are they having fun playing, or is it like, oh, I'm supposed to play with this team. I have to play with this team to get an offer.
Right.
I have to play with this team to get play against top competition. But at the end of the day, it's like if you're not having fun, I always wonder, like, is it really worth it to play basketball with a team that you're probably not going to have lasting friendships with? There might be one or two that you talk to, but like your group was so close and you guys are, I imagine, gonna be friends for a long time. And just watching other AU programs is like it's always hard to watch because I just don't know if they're having fun or not, right? And I think that's always hard to see.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I mean, talk a little bit about, Brooke, talk about your recruitment right now and how that's going for you and what you've experienced.
Yeah, so it definitely is a big eye opener. At first, it was kind of just the lower levels. So I learned about the Division 3 level, Division 2 level. And then after some bigger tournaments, the coaches start to reach out to you from Division 1 schools. So at first, it's a lot more schools. They're just showing interest. They're doing phone calls with the assistant coaches, the recruiting coordinators, the director of basketball operations. So just those pieces and you're getting excited like you have these phone calls like once a week with them but you're not really talking about anything like I was like are they going to offer me like they just asked me how my day was going, you know what I mean? Oh sorry. And yeah, I just think that it can be slow at first, which it was for me because obviously I was having these calls but nothing was really happening with those calls, if that makes sense. So I think just keeping calm, like keeping composed and knowing that you have another tournament to prove how you can play. But if you don't play your best, it's okay because they see everything. They see how you react with body language. They see how you are towards teammates. You know what I mean? How you react to your coaches. So I think keeping everything in mind like that was really important for me along the process and definitely visiting these schools now with the offers I'm kind of keeping in mind certain things like how is the coaching staff towards me, how much do they really care about me when I'm not playing basketball. um but yeah, just little things like that.
Yeah, I think it's huge, right? That maybe in the beginning it's not the D1 offers that you're hoping to get. A lot of kids want that instant gratification. Like after the first tournament, they're like, "How come I'm not getting offers?" And it's like, sometimes you have to just be patient too, right? Like, but it's good that you're keeping track of like the coaching staffs, who's been paying attention to you, who's actually cares about me as a person, right? Because like it's really hard to find the right fit for college. So doing your research and not just looking at all the glitz and glamour of everything. It's like, no, I have to figure out, is this something I truly want to do for the next 4 years of my life?
Totally.
And then Jocelyn, obviously you had your state title run senior year. Talk a little bit about that run and how that was for you.
I mean, that it was so cool. I think our team was definitely, I mean, Brooke obviously beat us in the MCAL championship, and like that was it was like a year where we had obviously Kego was her first year coaching. Like we had a lot of like I don't know. We the expectations like I feel like weren't very high for our team. Like it wasn't looking like it was gonna be our best year. And I don't know, we just kept like especially after like once NCS started, we like just kind of started to realize like wait, we are just as good as anyone else. Like have practiced so hard for this. Like instead of like taking everything like so seriously and thinking like so far ahead to the state championship, like it was just game by game, like kind of like trying to have fun while playing. And I think that made such huge difference. And I don't know, it was so cool. We ended up just like winning, winning our games. And it was, yeah.
Talk about the experience of playing in an NBA arena, the nerves, the excitement. What's going through your mind when you walk in that arena?
I mean, honestly, I had no clue what to expect before. Like obviously people like were like it's like you're playing like at like King's stadium. Like it was like like obviously it was like I don't know. The second we walked in, like we took the bus and like we parked like underground and we're like walking through and like had like the different like rooms and like it was I don't know, it was so like surreal. And you go out there and then it's like they literally had like the jumbotron on. Like I mean, I guess you're there. Like you could like it was so weird being able to like look up and see yourself like playing and stuff. But I think I think it was definitely like distracting at first. Like it was I kind of had a hard time like being like, okay, this is a real game. Like this is like the most important game that I've ever played in. Like I mean, there was no like, And so I think it was like, I don't know, it was definitely very different, but it made it like so super fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a great experience, and seeing you guys just all the work that you put into the season finally pays off, winning a state title, taking pictures and everything. Uh,
Hmm.
what an amazing experience for you. How did you make the decision to no longer play basketball after your senior year?
I think it was something I kind of always like thought about. Like there was definitely throughout my whole like high school experience, there was definitely times when I was like okay, like I want to commit to like playing basketball in college, and like definitely times when I was like, I don't know if this is like the right path for me. But a huge part of my decision was like I didn't want to play basketball at a school that I wouldn't have wanted to be at if I was like
Mhm.
just going to school there. And I didn't want to because like I wasn't getting like these D1 offers like Brooke, obviously. So like it like the in like I don't know. Obviously, like some people, I feel like basketball is so important to them that they're willing. Like that's what makes that's what they want for their college experience. But for me, that kind of would have been just like an added bonus, and I just wasn't willing to like give up the big school. Like I don't know, the school that the type of school that I've always like wanted to go to just for basketball.
Yeah, because like watching you play the state title game, there's no doubt you could have played college basketball, right? In my mind, you would have definitely been able to play. You would have been successful. But we always tell kids like it's okay if you don't want to play college basketball. If you want to just enjoy college life. I mean, being at Indiana, talk about the football game that you went to yesterday and what that experience was like.
I mean, it's so cool. I'd been to like Cal football games and like some others, but like it was so like you get there, like there's so many people, like it's such a big like stadium and everyone is like I don't know. I think a big part of like why I wanted to go here is like the college town. Like you feel so much like you're like in like it feels like you're in college. Like I don't know. any way to like describe it other than that. Like everyone is like there's like the tailgates before and like it was just like it was so cool. Like you walk in and like it just like feels like you're such like a part of like a like I don't know. You really feel a part of the school. So I thought it was so much fun.
And then so after NBA, Brooke, you played there going into your junior year, and then this past season you decided to play with Bay City. Tell me how that goes or how that came about and kind of the experiences playing with Bay City.
Yeah, so Coach Will, the director at Bay City, kind of always recruited around my high school, around that Bay Area, because he had so many connections there. And so I knew who he was with NBBA, but obviously being with my senior friends the last year was such an important thing for me. Um, so that last year of AU, I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna take a different approach. Going with Bay City, it's obviously through SSB, so that's a whole different circuit. That's the top circuit for Adidas. So it's a jump for sure. I think I didn't have any friends going into it, so making friends is definitely a part of it. I just think that difference between the circuits was such a big thing. 3SSB is so much more physical, a lot faster. You're playing against girls that are literally like five-star recruits, and it's scary out there, like they're physical. But yeah, I think it was a lot of fun, definitely a learning experience. I mean, without Bay City, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have to play college basketball at the Division 1 level, which is so amazing. Um, but yeah, I just think the opportunities that it gave me were very big.
Yeah, I mean, Bay City, they have a great platform playing on 3SSB. Coach Will is awesome. He always tries to get kids to help them get to the next level, right? Whether that's D1, D2, whatever level that looks like, he's always trying to help his kids out. And then like you're saying, maybe without that platform, you might not have had those opportunities, right? So, huge shout out to Coach Will in Bay City and what he's doing over there. So give me some advice that you guys would give. Um, let's say you're talking to some middle school kids, and what advice would you give them going through their basketball journey?
I feel like a big thing is just don't take yourself too seriously. Like I think it's so easy to get caught up in like, especially when you play AAU, like in high school, it's like kind of different. But like for AAU, when you're like walking into these gyms and there's like so many college coaches and like it's can be so competitive. Like I think it's really important to just not get caught up in that and just to realize like the reason that I'm playing even here is because like this is a sport that I love to play and like it's something that I actually enjoy doing and just to, like focus on that. I think that it can be so easy to like kind of get burnt out because you're so like just like you feel like there's only one goal, but really you should be like actually enjoying yourself when you're in these games and stuff.
Yeah, going off what Jocelyn said, I was gonna say, like, remember why you're playing. It's so easy to get caught up, but maybe more than that, like I think you in middle school, it's you can kind of start thinking about like what I know this is kind of a bigger thing, but maybe like what type of coaching styles you like or what coaches you like because they can make a huge difference. Shout
Hmm.
out Tony Butler, shout out KK because they made a huge difference on my basketball career. They improved my skill so much. So finding a coach that you really care about, kind of at that younger age, can be great also.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jocelyn, you hit a great point about like just really enjoying it. I think a lot of kids, they don't enjoy the whole experience, right? So like they think
Hmm.
they put so much pressure on themselves, whether that's their friends, social media, parents, coaches. There's always a lot of pressure on them, but also to still remember, like you have to live in the moment also, like enjoy this experience. It's going to go by fast, right? The high school experience goes by so fast. But you really want to enjoy that whole time of just playing basketball, being with your friends. And then to Brooke's point, finding the right coach is so important. I mean, that could honestly make or break a basketball career, right? If someone just hates playing for a coach, but they stick it out and play for a couple years, and then maybe by the end of the year they're burnt out and don't want to play basketball anymore. But also like the development, right? I think you guys mentioned like the development from your coaches is huge. I mean, you wouldn't be the players you are today without those coaches. So finding coaches that truly want to develop you, invest in you, and just help you grow is so important.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Brooke, I mean, going into next year, I mean, we talked about a lot about figuring out what are some of the things that are going through your mind as far as like trying to pick the right fit?
Totally, totally. I think kind of remembering simply why I want to go to college to obviously get an education, get a degree. And then I kind of think of everything before basketball. So I'm thinking, do I like the school? Do I like the location? How good is the school? Simply like, do they have like a fun football team? How's the school spirit? You know what I mean? But then into basketball wise, a coaching staff is such a big thing. Like we were just talking about after visiting the three schools, you really see who has a connection with you, who is really invested in you. There was like one of the schools had like a whole list for me of what I can do now, like where they see me getting like leading the rebounding on our team, like freshman year, all that stuff. That is so important to me because I know they care about me and how they can like impact my basketball season is just so important to me. So I think looking at those things and kind of meeting the girls also is a huge thing. I've had some phone calls with some of the girls and kind of seeing how I click with them, is definitely a big part of it too.
Yeah, it's so important to find the right fit. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was the Purdue head coach, and he was talking about when he's recruiting kids, he tells them where they're going to be playing, what position, how he sees them fit. And he said if another program is not talking to you about that, how much do you think they truly care about you? Right. And so for Brooke, like you have a list of things that you should be working on. Like, okay, they probably care about you then.
Yeah.
And that goes a long ways, right? Because like you don't want them to tell you that, oh yeah, you're probably not going to play, but it's already, November 1st, first day of school, first day of practice, and now you're like, wait, what? I thought I was going to play. And now
Yeah.
you're having that conversation, and it's like, I'm already enrolled in school, I moved in already. And by that time, it's honestly, it's too late, right? And I think that's what happens to a lot of students. And that's why so many transfer at the end of the day, because they're not getting that information up front, and they're as a student they're not asking those questions either. So I think you're doing a great job as far as like asking those questions, figuring out, doing your kind of your due diligence and figuring out what is the right fit for you both on and off the court. So I think that's huge for you.
Totally. And I think going off that, two out of the three schools, just to show you guys this real quick, just an example of kind of a development plan they gave me. So two out of the three schools gave me kind of a sheet that looks like this, that can be super important. It's a development plan and it has things from sports medicine and nutrition all the way to like where your leadership development can be on the team. And then and I just think reading this and going through it with the coaches was such a big thing for me. It really opened my eyes when I'm seeing schools that are making this whole document for me and they really care about me. I think they have a bunch of other recruits, and the fact they're doing that is super important, taking the time to do that. So,
That's awesome. I love it. So for both of you, kind of who were your biggest influences in the sports world growing up?
Jocelyn.
Do you want to go or do you want me to? My biggest influences, I think basketball wise, I don't basketball wise, I was pro probably most influenced just by like I guess the Warriors. Like I never until like high school, like I never really like sadly like didn't know much about like women's basketball, like or like big like women's basketball players. I think I knew some like college and stuff, but like I don't know. So that's definitely been cool, like how much exposure and stuff that's getting because like I've gotten to learn so much more about like the WNBA and like stuff that I never like knew before. But I don't know. For me, always a big thing like growing up was like I was really influenced by like the people that were actually around me. Like my like friends, a lot of my friends like played basketball too growing up and like a lot of like the older girls that I looked up to or like my brothers. I have like I have three step siblings and two brothers and one of my brothers and all three of my step siblings play basketball. So we would be like, especially during COVID, we'd be in the driveway like playing like 2v2s or like we would like, I think that was a huge part of like me wanting to even play it further. Okay.
Yeah, so I think my basketball influence now and growing up was is Cameron Brink. She's just so cool, and I used to every game before every game I would watch like Cameron Brink highlights, and literally I was yeah she's so cool, and I just thought that like her energy on the court, like taking that into whatever I can do, like, even though I don't have her skill set, that is just such a huge thing. And how she holds herself is so cool. And I just like admire her so much.
Have you ever met her at any of her camps or anything?
Yes, I actually NBBA went to a Stanford game
Oh my
and
God, yeah.
yeah, we met her. So it was super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, having like someone to look up to, watching highlights of someone and trying to kind of emulate, maybe not their full game, but taking parts of their game. That's awesome. I love that. So, shout out to Cam Brink for inspiring you to play basketball.
Next
Yep.
guest on the podcast, maybe? Next guest.
Oh, we'll try to get her on. So tell me, I guess, like, what's are you still playing basketball, Jocelyn? Are you gonna do like intramurals or are you gonna still play on campus? What does that look like for you?
There's an option to club here and or you could do intramurals. I think like for this year at least, I'm definitely gonna do intramurals because like I don't know, it's just fun and like because club is definitely more of a commitment. Like I kind of want to see like what school is like and get like a good feel for like like how much time I really do have, like how much free time and stuff. But I hope like I like have to say I really do miss like playing basketball every day. Like you really like it puts in perspective. Like like I'd give anything for another NBBA tournament, like to like be like at Roseville. Like it's so
Yeah.
I like you kind of can take it for granted sometimes. But so I've been like, I'm gonna definitely gonna do intramurals. Like, there's obviously like there's a lot of basketball courts like around here, and like basketball's a big like thing here. So I see it a lot, and like I should probably start playing more. But yeah,
And then Brooke, senior year, what are you looking forward to? What are your goals?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to hopefully another MCAL championship. But then I'm also looking forward. I feel like the season's gonna go really fast. So I'm just looking forward to staying in the moment senior year. Just kind of like having fun with my friends. Coach Zach Burrow, this is my fourth year with him. He's been great. Just kind of like making those connections, really following through and leaving like a legacy.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, best of luck. Obviously, trying to win another title, making sections, state runs, but enjoy it at the end of the day, right? I mean, I think that's so important. We hear a lot of kids that don't enjoy it, so try to stay present in the moment, really just enjoy the whole experience, and make the most out of it, right? Whether that's wins or losses, but just enjoying the moment with your teammates, with your coaching staff, with your family, as I'm sure they're there to support you throughout the entire process.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is there any adversity that either of you had to overcome kind of in your sports journey that you're willing to talk about?
Yeah. So I just think injuries, I know it's very talked about, but injuries are just such a huge thing. I sprained my ankle 6 times throughout my high school career, and then I also broke my foot. So having specifically the ankle sprains, those are some things that you want to get back on the court so fast.
Mhm.
You want to spend the last high school games with those seniors that you're never going to play with ever again. And you want to get back on the court, but really you just have to be patient. Little things like sprained ankles are so common, and I know Jocelyn had some too, and they can reoccur so fast, and that will make it a lot worse. So just being patient was a huge thing for me throughout my injury, is just knowing that you're gonna get back on the court, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, I just think being patient was a huge thing.
And then talk about being in a boot and still going to all the tournaments, still cheering your
Oh
teammates.
yeah.
do you
Oh
Uh,
have some pictures?
a
You
lot of
guys,
pictures
you
with you in
took
the
a photo of
boot.
me in the boot at OGP. That's a
Of
great.
course.
But also college
I
coaches, they want to see that too, right? Like they want to still see you at the events. They still want to see you be a good teammate. I mean, you were there cheering your teammates on, and I know you wanted to play, obviously, but just having to kind of sit there and bite the bullet, but also just still be a good teammate, still be a cheerleader for your team. I mean, how do you come to the games with such high spirits still when it's such a tough time in your life?
right. I think you shouldn't really think about the wins and losses, obviously. And I think one thing that went through my head was, oh, if I was playing, then maybe like this would happen. Or, like only if I was playing, then I could have experienced this, all that stuff. I think that if you don't have that mindset, and you have I'm here to support the team. It's going to be so fun. That's what I was thinking. That's why I showed up for my friends, for the coaches, for the program. Um, I just think you'll feel like you are playing, which is the closest thing you can get.
Love it. Jocelyn, anything you had to overcome?
I don't know. I got really lucky. I never like had any super serious injuries. Like I fractured my foot freshman year, but like it was not even it was during the spring, so I just missed some like travel ball. And then obviously like the same thing as Brooke was saying, like ankle injuries, like everyone goes, I'm sure literally everyone who's played basketball has like sprained the ankle a good amount of times. And like yeah, I guess like it's so true. It really is the worst. Like it was our last, we were in Ohio, it was like our last tournament with NBBA, like my because it was obviously my last year playing, and it was like one of our last games. I like came down on my ankle pretty hard and was like in crutches and stuff, so I couldn't play for the rest of the like I think we were probably there for like 2 more days, like in Ohio. And I remember being so sad because it's like all you want to do is just like you're with your best friends, like all you want to do is just play with them and like have like these last like times and like it can be so hard. But I think showing up just makes so much of a difference. Like it feels worse to just be sitting at home, like knowing that you're like missing out on like supporting your teammates and like yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, injury is unfortunate part of the game, but you both had like amazing mindsets and, still showing up for your teammates, right? And showing up for your friends. Like, I think that's truly something special that I wish more programs had that same family environment where you guys are just like really good friends, just cheering for each other, right? If I can't play, okay, I'm going to cheer for my friends that are on the court and for the team. So I think you guys had something really special. And I'm extremely just, honored to be able to be a small part of that journey, to
Yeah,
witness
big
it.
part of the journey.
Big part of the journey.
I appreciate it. But no, I just want to say, thank you both for coming onto the podcast.
Thank
Um,
you.
extremely like excited for both of you. Being a student at Indiana's, going to all the football, sporting events. I can't wait to hear all about all the big
Yep.
time games. Brooke, your senior year, enjoy it as much as you can. Go out on the high note and just really just figure out what's best for you going forward, right? Whether that's playing college basketball, what level, what program, what location. I hope you find the right fit for you. But again, thank you both. You guys are both so amazing and nothing but the best for both of you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank
You're
you
so
so much.
amazing. Best of luck. I know
Yeah,
you're coaching
best.
AAU team too, so good luck with that as
Oh
well.
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
excited for you.